have today a very important meeting. First of all, jointly foreign and defense ministers, just 1 year after the informal defense ministers in Bratislava, where we started discussing the strengthening of defense cooperation in the European Union. Today we would be ready to launch the permanent structured cooperation and the European Defence Fund by the end of the year under the Estonian presidency. So from this meeting today I would expect a very strong indication by the defence and foreign ministers that member states are ready to go. And from our side we would be ready to prepare everything by the end of the Estonian presidency. So I would say that this is a major achievement in just 1 year. Last year we were very far away from this. It seemed to be quite unrealistic, and I think we've done a remarkable European common work. With the defense ministers, and again a very important input from the Estonian presidency, we will have an exercise on a cyber attack that will be part of the first ever joint exercise with NATO, between the European Union and NATO. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg is here with us and will be invited to join. We will also have a very important discussion with the defense ministers on how to strengthen the European Union contribution to the security in the Sahel and in the Horn of Africa, which is a key strategic objective also for the European security. With the foreign ministers later today, we will have a point on the Middle East peace process and how the European Union contribution to the two-state solution can be made more effective in a time where the trends internationally and on the ground are not positive. And most of all, we will have another time a point on North Korea, DPRK. Already in July, the European Union took a very firm and united position. Today, we are facing a different level of threat that is clearly a threat to global peace and security and to the entire non-proliferation regime. I would propose to ministers today to strengthen the economic pressure on North Korea, supporting a new UN Security Council resolution adopting tougher economic measures, studying new autonomous European Union sanctions on North Korea, and working with other partners in the world to make sure that everybody implements fully and strictly the already decided economic measures. Our European line is very clear on this: more economic pressure, more diplomatic pressure, unity with the regional and international partners we have. I discussed this with the ministers of Republic of Korea and Japan, and obviously with the IEA and the CTBTO just a couple of days ago. Avoiding to enter into the spiral of a military confrontation that could be extremely dangerous not only for the region but for the entire world.
Can sanctions on North Korea, more sanctions, can they make a difference? Some countries seem to think that they would not help.
Well, in other cases they have made a difference, putting more pressure on the regime to enter into a meaningful dialogue. The European Union has always been convinced that economic pressure alone is never sufficient. That is why, from our side, we have always offered our regional, international partners, the international community, and even the DPRK, the path of dialogue, credible, meaningful, for the denuclearization of the peninsula, that we believe should happen in peaceful manner through dialogue and diplomatic means. And we believe that more economic pressure in this respect, more diplomatic pressure in this respect, could make a difference. In any case, it has to be pursued because, again, other alternatives in our view are and could be extremely dangerous, especially when in front of you you have an interlocutor that might act quite irrationally, as we have already seen. So this is going to be the kind of proposal I will put forward to the ministers. Don't expect from today a formal decision. As you know, this is an informal meeting. But my proposal to the ministers will be to work in the coming days to, as I said, strengthen the economic pressure, including with new EU autonomous sanctions, and leaving the diplomatic and political path open.
On the sanctions, can you confirm there's an option to put Kim Jong-il on the EU list?
Sorry?
Can you confirm that if there's the option that is studied, envisaged, is to put Kim Jong-il on the EU list of targets?
As I said, today I will put forward to the ministers the proposals to work in the coming days to increase including the European Union autonomous sanctions, and that debate, if the ministers agree, will start as of today. Thank you.
From Estonia in September. Please, please.
As yesterday.
As yesterday. Yeah.
That's very good.
That remains the same. So there were
emphasize the fact that we announced to launch the rescue fund in the Estonia.
Yes.
And also the sanctions.
No, I think glad